this strengthening of our muscles that can promote health of the muscles, especially when we've been working out to get the muscles stiff. That's what happens. The body tightens when we start to put on this muscle. And if we don't stretch it or lengthen it out, it can become a little bit brittle and therefore it can be more prone to injury. So all yoga does in the stretch and lengthening side of the practice is to promote the health of the body, of the joints, of the muscles, by creating a bit more space. And when there's more space, the blood flow can flow a little bit easier, energy flow, and we can start to get rid of discomfort and dis-ease in the body, all these things caused from tension, stress, and stiffness sitting in our muscles. With the stretching, we also incorporate a lot of movement into the spine, creating space between each vertebra to allow the joints to lubricate, getting more synovial fluid back in, which can again promote a lot better balance throughout the spine. And when there is more balance, then we are less prone to pain or discomfort, which in our Western lifestyles, we often have lower back pain, shoulder pain, all sitting from the way our posture is incorrect, sitting over a computer, over your phone, over a car, sitting down just in general is not really moving with the natural curvature of the spine. So these stretches are there to promote that health back into the spinal column first, and from that space it can spread throughout the body. So that was the yoga practice, was originally created just a few postures for the spine, and when they realized the spine, the healing effect it had on the spine, they started to move into the rest of the body. So we also pair this movement with breath for the full extent of the muscle to engage. If we take a nice long breath, oxygenating the blood, bringing that space in, and then allowing on the exhale to get the body a bit heavier, we then are working far past just the muscle into the fascia, into the connective tissue, to let go of any injuries, any trauma, any discomfort. So we pair the movement with the breath. So we'll start with a few breathing techniques, and then we'll carry it through into the practice. So to begin, you just want a nice lengthened spine. If sitting cross-legged is not comfortable, then don't do it. Option to have the legs reaching in front of you, maybe a nice wide Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Wherever you are, just finding comfort, because you're going to be here for a few minutes. And the aim here is to still the body and still the mind. So trying not to fidget, I guess, if you are able. So whatever your comfortable seat looks like, turn your hands up, either in the lap or on the knees, or maybe resting on the thighs if the legs are reaching out in front of you, just in this nice opening and offering of energy. Turning that sternum slightly up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the back of the neck. And feel the sit bones as they ground down into the mat. And then you can start to close your eyes. Start to drop chin to chest, and then lightly move from side to side, just opening into the back of the neck. This back of the neck and the top of the shoulders is where we hold most of our tension, most of our stress. So as we connect here, just before moving into the practice, we want to let as much of that go as possible, so that this time can be nourishing, be healing, be present. Not worrying about these stresses or tensions. That is the job for the other 23 hours of the day. For this next hour, just trying to let it go. So as you move from side to side here, maybe just thinking about one or two things that have been stressing you out. And as you think them, just release them, letting them go. Letting them go in the mental body, and as we roll from side to side, creating space, we allow them to let go in the physical body as well. And when you're ready, tuck chin to chest and roll back up to center. Taking a quick scan through the physical body. So just taking a moment from the tips of the toes to the crown of the head to check in on how you're feeling, what state you have arrived with today. If there's any pain, if there's any stiffness, if there's any discomfort, if anything feels out of place, just acknowledging it before we move into the practice. So you know where to move with a little bit more gentle care or where you can push a little harder. Once you've checked in on the physical body, you draw that awareness into checking the state of mind you've arrived with today, checking in on that mental or emotional body. Not trying to work out why you feel the way you feel, but just checking in on how you feel. You woken up hungry, motivated? Do you feel lazy? Is this a challenge? Is this easy? Just showing up. Not trying to move too far into the why you feel, but just checking in on the how you feel. And when you're ready, taking a nice long inhale, lift your shoulders up towards your ears, squeezing them in, filling your body with as much breath as you can, and then hold. Open the mouth, exhale, let go breath and shoulders. 2 more like this. Inhale to squeeze shoulders up, take in as much air as you can, and then pause. Open the mouth loudly, side out, relax your shoulders. 2 more like this. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, release. Closing your mouth, allowing your breath to move in through your nose and out through your nose. And in through your nose and out through your nose. This we call our Ujjayi breath, or our victorious yogic breathing. And all this breath does is act as an anchor to keep the thoughts present. If you can hear the breath coming up into the nose and feel it coming out of the nose, we can use the sound to channel our energy to this present moment in order to turn this into a meditative practice. So really allowing this breath to be audible. And when I count the breath, really bring that awareness into what I am counting, not letting the mind drift off, but we're working into the strengthening of the mental body as well as the physical. So we'll take 3 more breaths like this as you inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, 3. Starting to blink the eyes open, allowing yourself back into the space. Reaching your arms all the way beside you, pressing the fingertips into the mat to feel a little further lengthening into the spine. As you inhale, arms lift up overhead. Left hand takes a hold of the right wrist. Draw yourself a little bit taller and then pulling yourself all the way over to the left. Just feeling that gentle opening into the right side body. See if you can drop a little deeper. Last breath, inhale. And exhale to release the left hand to the mat, and then keep extending a little bit deeper, seeing if you can open into that right hip a little further. Keep grounding into this left hand and press up, resisting the urge to lift and rock the sit bone off of the mat to get deeper. Rather keep that alignment by pressing. Last breath, inhale and exhale all the way back up to center. Ready for the other side. Right hand to the left wrist. Inhale up first to extend, and then exhale all the way over to the right. Just feeling out how this side feels different to the first side. We are checking where our strengths lie, where our challenges lie, so we can see where we need to find balance, where we need to move a little bit more gently, a little bit more strongly. Last breath, inhale. And exhale to release the right hand onto the mat, and then further deepen into the stretch, pressing into your right hand to ground both sit bones. See that the arm is in line with the ear, trying not to round down, but rather spinning the sternum up towards the ceiling. Last breath, inhale, and exhale all the way up to center. Start to circle hands, circle wrists, both directions, until they reach out from your shoulders in a T pose. So warming into our wrists, our hands, our fingers. We spend so much time typing, so much time shortening the muscles that sometimes our hands, this is a tough part of the practice, which seems silly because it's just into the hands, but you'll see what I mean in a moment. So we inhale, send the palm away, but feel as if you're trying to turn it up towards the ceiling. It doesn't look like it, but if you drive your awareness into doing that, you'll feel a deep opening into this wrist. Exhale to round out, draw your fingertips towards your wrist as if you're trying to get them to touch, opening down to the top part all the way along the fingertips. We'll do 4 more like this. So inhale to open, send the palm away and up. Exhale to round and close. Inhale. Exhale. We'll take 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Ready? Wrap those fingers around. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Keep circling into the wrists, letting go. As you release your hands onto your knees. So here's the time, if your legs are straight in front of you, if you're able to bring them into a cross-legged shape just for a moment. So we're warming into the spine with some cat and cow seated. So it's the opening and closing, the protraction and the retraction that we warm into the spine to try and get that space between each vertebra. So how it works, hold the knees. We inhale to send the chest forward. Squeeze your shoulders behind you and then turn the gaze all the way up. Exhale, start to hollow the body out. Draw chin to chest, belly button towards your spine, and really pull into the knees to round out. From the side profile, keep moving. We inhale to arch, drawing the gaze all the way up. Squeeze and retract the shoulder blades. Exhale, chin to chest, belly button to spine as you really feel like you're contracting, pulling the shoulder blades apart. Moving back through your inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll take 1 more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to a neutral spine, cross into the ankles, and then start to make your way onto your hands and onto your knees. Here we want to stack the shoulders over the wrists and stack the hips over the knees. If you gaze between the legs, you should lose sight of the feet. The feet should be directly behind the knees. Same movement as the seated, now just in a bit of an extended position. We inhale to arch the back, sit bones and gaze all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw chin to chest, belly button to spine. Moving back through your inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to a neutral spine. Right arm starts to reach out in front. Feel like someone is pulling you to get the full extension of the arm. And then keep circling all the way up. Getting the full rotation into the shoulder joints and all the way around. So pairing movement with breath. Inhale to lift and extend. Exhale to lower. 3 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And on the exhale, take the arm and thread it underneath the body to draw the right ear and shoulder down to the mat. Then walk your left hand as far forward as possible, resting onto the tips of the fingers, coming into a gentle spinal twist. And then just feel the weight of your body relax into the earth. Seeing where your thoughts are drifting to, seeing if you can bring them back to just the sound of your ujjayi breathing, these steady inhales through nose and steady exhales through nose. Just taking note of how the body feels, any other thoughts that come in, you can get back to at the end of the practice. Just trying to tap into that meditative space through repetition of breath and through checking in just in what's happening in each moment as it happens on your mat. We'll take one more breath here, taking a nice long inhale and exhale. Walk the left hand underneath the left shoulder and then use it to press yourself to lift and unwind from where you came before releasing right hand underneath the right shoulder. So staying on the right side, we're going to extend the right leg behind you. Spend a moment circling into the foot, flex, point, flex, and point. On the inhale, arching the back, bend the knees, send the foot to the back of the head. Doesn't matter how far it goes, we're just deepening that curve into the spine. And then exhale, draw right knee to chest, press the ground away to hollow out the body. Moving back through the inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. On the exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest and then allow the knee to place in between the hands as you send the left leg further back behind you, making our way into a pigeon pose. So here you want your hips to face forward. If they're reaching out to the side, draw the leg closer towards yourself and then see if you put your hands on your hips if the angle is reaching forward. If you feel like there's not enough of a stretch here, pull the leg slightly further away to deepen into that right glute. So hands are underneath the shoulders. We inhale to open the chest and look up. Exhale to slowly guide yourself down, finding a wave-like motion in the spine. We'll move again like this. Inhale, chin to chest, press the ground away to lift. Exhale, guide with the chin to lower. Close your eyes, just worry about how it feels, not about how it looks. Just trying to unlock the energy in the spinal column by finding this undulation, this wave-like motion. It's the exhale to lower and the inhale to lift. We'll take one more like this. Exhale to lower all the way down. Inhale to lift. Facing hands flat underneath the shoulders, tuck into the left foot, and then find your way back into that 4-point base, into this tabletop position. Ready for the other side. So this time, left arm reaches in front. Feel that full extension and then keep it circling. Pair the movement with the breath. So it's the inhale to extend, lift, open the chest, and the exhale to round and lower. Seeing how this side feels different to the first side. Maybe there's a bit more space, maybe there's a bit more of a challenge. Just checking in, starting to get to know your body a little bit better. Last one here, inhale to lift. And then exhale to take the left arm, tuck it underneath the body, drawing your left shoulder and ear all the way down to the mat. Walking that right hand as far forward as possible and then pressing into the fingertips. And then just feel the body as it relaxes into the floor, find a heaviness. And allowing that heaviness to help twist you a little bit further on every exhale. We'll take 3 more breaths here. As you inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3. Start to walk right hand back underneath the shoulder and then use it to press yourself to lift and unwind from where you came before lowering that left arm underneath the left shoulder. So reaching up the left leg behind you, just circling into the ankle points, flex, waking up the foot. And then when you're ready, bend the knee, inhale to arch the back, foot to the back of the head. Exhale, knee to chest. Moving back through the inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale, hug left knee into the chest and then place the knee in between the hands and tucking the right toes and sending yourself back into this pigeon shape. Just taking note, this side may feel different to the other side. There might be more or less space here, so adjusting accordingly to try and get those hips to face forward. Fingertips underneath the shoulders. We inhale to open the chest and look up. Exhale, close your eyes, guiding yourself down, coming back to that wave-like motion in the spine. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Just take note of how these movements make you feel when we're shifting the energy, when we repeat the movements. Just allowing your mind to focus on how you're feeling, rather than planning, rather than worrying, rather about thinking about what's been or what's to come. This is the last one. Exhale to lower. And inhale to lift all the way back up. Placing hands underneath the shoulders, tuck into the right toes, and then send yourself back into that 4-point base, that tabletop position. Spreading into the fingers here, tucking into the toes, begin lifting the hips. This is the most common pose in yoga, downward facing dog, or in Sanskrit we say Adho Mukha Svanasana. So again, you can pedal out the legs. The aim is to reach your chest towards your thighs with a flat back. So if you can't achieve the flat back with straight legs, no problem, bend your knees and then send that chest as if you're trying to connect to the thighs. Head is heavy, hold no tension here, move it from side to release. And then if it feels good, pedal out the legs just to wake up those hamstrings, just to stretch out the back line. Feel yourself pressing equally into hands and into feet to extend into the stretch a little deeper. On the next breath in, we're going to lift up onto the balls of the feet and exhale to lower the heels back down. Seeing if you can swivel the feet to the right and then lower the hip, stretching into the side body. Coming all the way back to center, inhale to lift onto the balls of the feet. Exhale to lower the heels back down, swivel the feet to the left and start to lower the hips, stretching into the left side body. Coming all the way back to center. Inhale to lift up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale to lower the heels back down. Stepping the feet to touch here, ground the left heel, sweep the right leg all the way back and up into a three-legged dog. So resist the urge to open the hip up, but rather keep all 5 toes pointing down, even if that means that leg doesn't go as high as if the hip was open. Keep grounding into your left heel, press your chest closer towards your thighs, taking one more breath in, inhale. Exhale to step the right foot in between the hands. Lower into the left knee and untuck the toes. Coming into a nice low lunge. We're just rocking forwards here. And then see if you can rock back. Straightening into the leg, turning the toes up. Exhale to lower, bend the knee deep into that left hip flexor. Feeling it pull as you lower, and then inhale to straighten the leg as you send the hips further back. Exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, we'll take 2 more, inhale, exhale 4, last one, inhale, exhale 5. Guiding your arms all the way up, so taking the weight into the legs and then lower a little deeper if you can find the space. Wrap your arms onto either elbow if that feels too intense, option to hold onto the wrists. And then see if you can drop into the hips, open the chest and turn your gaze up to where the ceiling meets the wall in front of you to get a slight arching in the back. And you'll feel that left hip flexor get a little deeper into this opening. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Breathe slow as you inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2, little deeper for the last breath. Inhale and exhale 3. Releasing your arms alongside the right leg. And then sending that leg straight as you draw the weight back into the hips. This is called runner's lunge or half splits pose. So it's not typically very comfortable, but it's a beautiful deep stretch all the way from the Achilles tendon up into our hamstring. Our hamstrings are often so tight if we run, if we cycle, if we do kind of any sporting exercises where there is fast-paced movement. So these become more and more difficult the tighter the hamstring becomes. So if it feels impossible today, keep that rocking forwards and backwards to slowly ease into it. But if you feel like you can take it a bit further, holding into this lengthening of the right leg, toes turning up, guiding your head towards your shin. And then just moving head and neck from side to side. Seeing where your thoughts have drifted, allowing them to come back here into the space. We'll take 1 more breath here in the runner's lunge as you inhale and exhale. Stepping back into this right foot, tuck into the left toes, lift the knee. Hands move flat underneath the shoulders as you send this right leg back into your 3-legged dog. If it feels good, it's kind of intense, but it's a beautiful opening into the hips. See if you can find some rotations here. Allowing the leg to lift and circle as far forward as possible, just opening into that hip. We'll take 3 circles in one direction, and then change direction, letting the leg come out for another 3. Breathe easy, keep lowering your left heel to the mat. Not stopping the breath when we feel a challenge, but allowing the breath to help us through the challenge. Once you've taken 3 on either side, allowing the right leg alongside the left. Pedaling up the legs as you come back into this Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Ready for the other side. So step the feet to touch, right foot grounds down this time as the left leg sweeps all the way back and up into this 3-legged dog. Chest keeps reaching towards the right thigh, seeing how this side already feels different, if this leg feels easier or a bit more challenging. Lifting the leg a little higher, last breath, inhale. Exhale to step the left foot in between the hands. If your foot doesn't come even remotely close, if it stops here, a good way to train the hip is to take your hand, lift the foot, and then place it forward, so that that hip can start to realize how much further it needs to go. Drop into the right knee and tuck the toes. Coming back into this rocking forwards and rocking backwards. So ease gently forward on the exhale. Inhale to ease back, straightening into the leg, turning the toes all the way up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Hold the weight here into the legs as you lift the arms all the way up, coming back into that low lunge. Send the hips a little deeper, feel this right hip flexors start to engage. And then take the other grip of hands onto elbows. So one will feel a bit more normal, it will be your normal cross. See if you can do the other way, it might feel a little bit foreign, but just trying to bring some balance into our natural reaction. So as you lower the hips, open the chest, gazing up to where ceiling meets the wall. 3 breaths, inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Releasing your arms, and as you lower them down, start to straighten into this left leg as we come into this runner's lunge or half splits on the other side. Just checking in how it feels, how it differs from the first side. Where are your challenges? Where are your strengths? Often we have a stronger but more stiff side and a weaker but more flexible side. So this practice of self-inquiry can help us ascertain where those strengths are and how we can lengthen them, and where those challenges are and where we can strengthen them. Keep moving head and neck from side to side, getting a little deeper if you are able to. Last breath, inhale and exhale. Stepping into that left foot, tuck into the right toes, lift the knee. Place hands flat and then sweep this left leg all the way back and up into your 3-legged dog. Finding those big rotations, coming into that full extent of a circle into the hip. Moving 3 circles in one direction. Once you've done your 3, changing sides, changing direction rather. Before releasing that left leg alongside the right, coming back into your down dog shape. Just pedaling the legs out again, moving head and neck from side to side. And dropping into the knees here, knees come the width of the mat, toes to touch behind as you settle into child's pose. So the aim here is to press the hands forward to try and lower the sit bones onto the heels. And then option to move your head and neck from side to side, grounding your forehead. On the next breath in, lift the head away from the mat, taking the left arm and tucking it under the right, walking it as far out to the side as possible. When you can't go any further, lower shoulder and ear. And then circle the right hand to sit onto the stapler as you pull the right shoulder blade back.
deepening into the spinal twist, feeling a deeper stretch into that left shoulder blade. And then just find the heaviness into the body. Allow gravity to take over and deepen the stretch on every exhale that you relax and lift and deepen. Closing your eyes, just being in this moment, listening to a slow and steady breath. Last breath here as you inhale and exhale. Circle the right arm forward, place it on the mat, use it to help press yourself, guiding that left arm forward again. So staying on the right side, we now walk the arms over as far right as possible, and when you can't go any further, lower your head onto the mat. Feeling a deep stretch into that left side body, we're creating space in the diaphragm and the rib cage. We're opening into that left side to equal out any imbalances, maybe into the hips from the shoulders. So often we have referred pain. Something may seem painful in one spot, but it's actually the opening and lengthening of a completely different spot of the body that can help us find that balance again. Last breath here, inhale and exhale. Begin walking hands all the way back to center. Ready for the other side. So right arm now tucks underneath the left, and then walk your hand as far out as possible, and once you can't go any further, lowering your right ear and shoulder to the mat. Circling the left arm all the way behind you to sit at the base of the spine. Just checking in how this side feels compared to the first side, and then come back to that heaviness, that complete release of the body, allowing the stretch to deepen by default on every exhale that you get a little heavy. Close your eyes. Last breath, yes, you inhale and exhale. Release the left arm forward, place it down, use it to help press to lift and reach the right arm alongside the left. And then walk the hands as far left as possible, lowering the head down when you can't go any further, feeling that opening into the right side body here. Last breath, inhale and exhale. Starting to make your way all the way back into center, tuck chin to chest, rolling all the way back up to center. You can send the legs out to one side and just scoop them all the way forward, coming to sit on your bum as the legs extend in front of you. So nice flexed feet, nice straight legs on the inhale. Sit up taller, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, guide with the chin to fold forward. So if you're looking for more of a passive stretch, allow the arms alongside the legs and just allow the head to be heavy, moving from side to side. Gently lowering on every exhale. If you want a more active stretch, option to hold onto the feet, guide with the chin, and then slowly draw yourself a little deeper on every exhale again. So wherever you are, find comfort in the pose. We're not trying to reach the full extent of the pose by breath one, but rather reaching there after a few breaths after holding for a little period of time. If it gets too intense, lift up out of it and ease back in. There's no need to be stagnant or stuck. You can move just as the breath, expanding on every inhale and contracting on every exhale. Just checking where the thoughts have drifted to. Release that planning mind, that future mind, that monkey mind, the distracted mind. Letting it go, you can come to that as soon as we're done. Just trying to press through that meditative practice. By just keeping yourself here, keeping your thoughts present, keeping the breath as the anchor for this practice. We'll take one breath left as you inhale and exhale. Rolling slowly, vertebra by vertebra, all the way up to center. Now opening the legs up so you can turn to face the long side of the mat, coming into a straddle pose. So straddle is only helpful if our back is nice and straight. If our back is rounding and we're sitting kind of into the pelvis, tilting forward, we're not going to get the full extent of the stretch. So if that's the case, if you feel like your back's rounding, draw the legs closer and then sit up a little taller. So not worrying about how wide the legs go, but just keeping that lengthening into the spine to get into the full extent of the pose. So we're going to lower down for 5 breaths, hold for 5 breaths, and then ease up out of it for 5 breaths. So it's just small incremental movements on every exhale. We inhale to sit up taller and lengthen. Exhale to lower just a little. Inhale, lift slightly. Exhale to lower a little bit further. 3 more. Inhale to lift a little. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Lowering a little further. Exhale, 4. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, getting as low as you can whilst keeping comfort. We'll hold here for 5 breaths. Close your eyes. Drop your head as you inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now we'll ease out of it the same way we came in, lifting up slightly on every inhale. So inhale to lift. Exhale, 1. Inhale, little higher. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Beautiful. Feeling nice and stretched out from the outer edge of our glutes all the way to the inner part of our hip. You might curse me tomorrow, but for now it's really nice to open it up on a Sunday morning. So right hand comes inside the right leg. Press the thigh away slightly. Left arm lifts as you take a beautiful breath in. And exhale to reach all the way over. See if you can guide the fingertips towards the foot, but keep the arm in line with the ear, sternum spinning towards the ceiling. And then just relax into this opening of that left hip and of the lower back. This is so often where most of our tension sits in this lower back. So just stretching from each angle helps to unlock and unstick anything that might be causing that discomfort. Getting a little deeper on the last breath. Inhale. And exhale. Coming all the way up to center. Same thing on the other side. Left arm inside of the left leg. Right arm lifts as you inhale and exhale across. Look into your foot to see how much further or less this side is to the previous side. It's especially important to acknowledge the pain or discomfort in your lower back where the challenges are. So if you feel way more stuck this side, you know there's a bit more tension sitting in that right lower spine and the muscles that support and surround it. We can channel that healing a little bit easier. Maybe pressing some ice or some heat. Last breath, inhale, get a little deeper. And exhale all the way back to center. Drawing the feet now into touch, keeping the knees reaching out to the sides. Coming into this Supta Baddha Konasana, or just Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Pull into the feet to stretch into the spine and then drop your shoulders into their back pockets. Step 2, open the feet like you would the pages of a book, and by rotating the foot out, you can see the knees lower down a little deeper, further opening into those hips, which is unlocking any pressure at the lower back. Step 3, inhale to sit up taller and lengthen, gaze turns all the way up. Exhale, guide with your chin, come to fold all the way forward. If you want to deepen the pose, press your elbows into your knees and then pull into the feet to help lower the knees. You'll feel that an extra pull into that lower spine. If you find as you are, just allow the elbows to reach out. We'll take 3 more breaths here as you inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Last one, inhale. Exhale, 3. Tucking chin to chest, slow roll all the way back up to center. And then coming to straighten the legs again. Folding forward for the second time after all those openings, seeing how much deeper you can go here. So sitting up taller and lengthening, and then guide with the chin, come to that Paschimottanasana. It's a seated forward fold. If you went passive last time, maybe try the active. If you went active, maybe try the passive. Just turning the pose into what feels good. Allow the head to be heavy wherever you are. And acknowledging if there's a bit more depth than a few moments ago when we started this stretch for the first time. Slow your breathing. Slow those thoughts. It's so important to keep coming back to this repetition. It's repetition that leads to belief. So if we can take a hold of our thoughts and train our minds, once we have control of thought, we can control anything in our lives because we can control our reactions to it. And if we can control our reactions to things, there's less stress in the body, there's less fear, there's less anxiety, there's less dis-ease and discomfort. This is the art of meditation, just seeing if you can observe your thoughts instead of reacting to them. And once you can do that, you have the power back of your mind. We'll take 1 more breath, get a little deeper as you inhale and exhale. Tucking chin to chest and slowly rolling yourself all the way back up. Spreading into the feet, hip distance apart. We're going to lower down to lie onto the back, taking 8 counts to lower down. So arms are reaching forward, squeeze into the belly, lowering for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as you relax, hug the knees into the chest, giving yourself a well-deserved squeeze. Just rocking from side to side, massaging that spine into the mat. Taking a long breath in. Open the mouth, exhale, take a long breath out. Allowing the knees now to fall to the right. So rolling onto the right hip, right hand onto the left knee. The left arm reaches all the way out to the side, and then turn your gaze over the left shoulder. Coming to end off the practice with some spinal twists. If this twist feels enough, stay here. If you want to take it a step further, option to lift the right foot onto the left knee to draw the leg down a bit deeper. And then keep turning that gaze over the left shoulder so that twist can originate up in the crown of the head and move all the way down into the sacrum. Close your eyes here. Not allowing the breath to come short and sharp in the twist, but rather breathe deeper and then see on every exhale where the body's holding tension, where you can just release to get deeper into the twist. Last breath here as you inhale and exhale. Slowly drawing the knees back into the chest, giving them a nice big squeeze in. And then allowing them to fall to the left as the gaze turns over the right shoulder this time. If you kept it with your hand on your leg, stay there. If you took it a step further, lift your foot onto the knee to help deepen into the twist. Taking note if the side feels a little bit more spacious or a little bit more challenging than the side before. Closing your eyes, coming back to these long breaths in through nose and long breaths out through nose. Last breath here as you inhale and exhale. Gently moving knees back to center, giving them a nice squeeze in. Then taking a hold of the outer edges of the feet with the hands, and then open the knees, drawing the knees into the underarms. This is called happy baby pose. So you are allowed to feel just as the pose suggests, like a happy baby. It definitely does make you feel quite silly, but make it fun. Rock around, straighten the legs, then do whatever it is that you need to get out, whatever energy you have left before we come to finish off our practice. So any movements you might still need to make, making them now. We'll take 3 more breaths of this exploring, of this releasing. As you inhale, exhale 1, inhale, exhale 2, last one, inhale, and exhale 3. Preparing for our final pose of Shavasana, just lying flat on your back, arms to your sides, palms facing the sky. If you need to get warm or comfortable, if you have a blanket or socks or a jersey you'd like to put on, trying to make the space as comfortable as possible because you're going to be here for a few moments. So the arms are to your sides, palms are facing the sky. This is in that offering and surrender of energy back over to the universe. Your legs can be the width of the mat or however feels comfortable. Shavasana is where we seal off the practice by sending the body into a state of total relaxation. Just like the body needs rest at night to recover and learn from the day that it's had, so does this time in Shavasana allow the body to yield the health benefits that the practice has had to offer you. Allowing the mind to stay as focused, taking these long Ujjayi breaths in and these long Ujjayi breaths out. When the mind starts to wander, just feel your connection to the earth through the physical body, feeling this grounding, this yoga, this union between body and earth, and then allow that to trickle into the self, the subconscious as well, the mental body, bringing it here, grounding it in this moment that you're in. As you move into the state of total relaxation. Starting to bring the life back into your fingers and into your toes. Circling ankles, circling wrists. And reaching the arms up overhead, giving a full body stretch with a long inhale. And exhale to sigh and release. Hugging your knees into your chest, giving yourself a final squeeze, sending love down your body as though you're hugging someone you do love. And then holding one wrist around the shins. On the inhale, pull the shins away to round and protract into the back, into the shoulders. Exhale to slowly lower yourself down. Change the grip. Inhale to lift, slowly pulling yourself up, just rounding up. And exhale to slowly lower back down. Grabbing the edges of the thighs, and then seeing if you can rock yourself up into a seated pose, cross-legged, keeping your eyes closed, just as we began the class.
Hands on top of the knees, palms facing the sky. Just taking a moment to scan back through the body to see how you're feeling. Taking a moment to scan through the mind to see how you're feeling. Allowing this moment to thank the body for doing what you asked it to do today. Allowing a moment to thank the body for what it wasn't able to do today. You can't learn anything if you already know everything. So don't get irritated at what you can't achieve, but thank yourself for this opportunity to learn, to grow, to expand. And then taking a moment to thank yourself for the efforts of showing up today, getting on your mats and investing this time into your mind, body, and soul. Sometimes the hardest part of the practice is just showing up, and today you managed, so taking a moment to thank those efforts. And then when you're ready, taking one final long inhale. Fill your belly, fill your chest, fill your lungs. Pause. Open the mouth to sigh and let out your practice. Hands together and pray at heart center, bowing chin to chest. Lokaha samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. That you're feeling good. Thanks, Lynn.
Thanks, Lucy.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much. That was wonderful.
So glad. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, please post either in the group or I'm sure you can ask Linda and she can pass the message on to me. But I hope to see you guys next week. Have a lovely, lovely Sunday. Much love.